Hello, my name is Patrice Cook, and I'll be discussing establishing safe learning environments for grades 4th through 6th grade in inclusive settings. Creating a safe and engaging learning space for kids in grades 4 through 6 is so important, and it takes some thought and planning. During these years, kids are really starting to grow academically, socially, and emotionally, so classrooms need to be set up to help everyone shine. This means considering all kinds of learners and their barriers, including those with ADHD, dyslexia, autism, and anxiety. The list goes on. The main goal is to make a space where everyone feels secure, where they can speak up for themselves, and they can learn how to be independent while using technology responsibly. Grade level focus for grades 4 through 6 in inclusive settings entails realizing that students in these grades are going through really big changes. Their thinking starts to become more abstract, and their friendships are really important. So classrooms need some careful planning to meet all of the different needs of kids in these age groups. As Watson points out, true inclusion isn't just about putting everyone in the same room. It's about giving students the right support so that they can really take part in what's going on. It matters that every kid feels valued and involved. Essential supports for teachers and students. So to create the kinds of environments teachers and students need, strong support systems. So for teachers, it's so crucial that teachers have a sufficient amount of planning time and that they collaborate with the stakeholders in the kids' education. It's important that teachers collaborate with other teachers, gain different insights on things, that they collaborate with parents, with the special education providers, with specialists. All of these different professionals can give a different insight and a different take on how to better service the kids. So it's so important that teachers have a good support system because it takes a village. It takes a village to support our learners. Okay, ongoing hands-on professional development is also vital. This helps them learn effective strategies like the universal design for learning to help them adapt their teaching and manage different learning styles. And for students, having predictable routines and clear expectations and helpful visual aids can really cut down on anxiety and help them to focus more. So having things like improved fidgets and flexible seating can help meet their physical needs. Plus, teaching them techniques to manage their emotions and teaching them the proper way to ask for support, the proper way to advocate for themselves when they have a problem, is also important. Technology should be used in a way that helps learning, but does not create more hurdles for the learner. Teaching support. The mindset of a teacher really sets the tone for a classroom. This is so true. Research shows that if a teacher thinks abilities are fixed, it can lead to more anxiety for students and make them less willing to take risk. But with a growth mindset, where they believe that abilities can grow with effort, students tend to become more resilient and motivated. This mindset shows that through the language they use, like emphasizing that mastery is a journey and praising effort rather than just talent, when a teacher believes in every student's potential, it really helps to create a safe place for everyone. So definitely, this is something that I incorporate in my classroom all the time, that it's okay to make mistakes, but we need to learn from our mistakes and let's just keep trying. And when students really believe that you're in their corner and when they make small gains and we praise them as if they're big gains, they're willing to take those risks. So having that growth mindset as a teacher is extremely important. And you want your kids to adopt that mindset too, because they'll always keep trying. They'll always strive for better when you've established that growth mindset in your culture. Key strategies for supportive environments. To build these supportive environments are a few key strategies. Teach self-advocacy. Students need to know how to ask for help. This means directly teaching phrases to use like, can you explain that again? Give them chances to practice in safe ways. Making it normal to ask for help is super important for learning. I always tell my kids, I work for you. I work for you. Make me earn my check. I always tell them that if there's something that you don't know, you ask. No question is dumb. You ask. Ask, ask, ask. You raise your hand and you ask. And I want to make sure that you have a firm understanding on the objectives. I need to know that you are okay with the directions, that you are okay with what is being presented to you. And if it's not, it's my job to present it in a way that you can understand. So I always want to make my kids feel very comfortable and safe when asking for help. Gradually encourage independence. It's a process to help students learn to be more independent. This could be using guides for problem solving, having resource stations, or assigning roles in class. And when it comes to tech, it's not just about having access, but about teaching them how to find trustworthy info and understanding why it matters. Set clear routines. Predictability can really help reduce stress. It's not just about lessons, it's about how to interact with each other. Having clear steps for group work or sharing materials can make a big difference. Practicing these routines help everyone know what to expect and things and help things to run smoothly. Definitely practice this in my classroom. Having a set routine definitely keeps down on chaos in the classroom. When you have set the tone for how your class is supposed to run in the first month of school, it will really run by like a well-oiled machine. So having those routines and students can predict how the day is going to go will really cut down on chaos, will cut down on behavior issues. Just making sure you create that culture and you create those routines in your classrooms. Research practice, structured collaborative learning. Structured collaborative learning is another positive, powerful approach that really helps all students engage. It's about being intentional in how it's set up. You can assign different roles like a facilitator or a recorder, which ensures that everyone takes part and shares in responsibility. Using discussion tools like sentence starters helps kids express their ideas and make sure everyone's voice is heard, especially those who might struggle with language skills. Mixing up groups so that they're diverse in skills and backgrounds encourage peer learning too. And creating tasks with different ways to approach them lets all students know what they know in their own, let all students show, what they know in their own way. Definitely having a structured collaborative learning is really useful in the classroom, and that way you can capitalize on every student's strength, and they all can feel a part, they all can feel involved, they all can feel empowered. So it has to be really intentional. I do like to mix it up with kids that are on different levels, because I feel like kids learn well from other kids. So I always have a student in a group who is proficient, like totally proficient in everything, and I consider them to be like a peer tutor. They help facilitate everything that's going on. But I may have a kid that doesn't have really good communication skills, or they might not be the best reader, but they're an awesome artist. So they may be the illustrator, they may be the creative director in the group, or what have you. Like, all kids have something to bring to the table, and when you find out their strengths and the best way that they learn, or the best way that they can basically show the knowledge that they've retained in the way that they like to show how they've retained what's being taught, that's how you reach them. So just capitalizing on the strengths that all the learners have is really important, especially when it comes to collaborative learning. So in conclusion, to wrap up, building a safe and productive and inclusive classroom for grades 4 through 6 really rests on a few key ideas. The mindset of the teacher, the right support for educators and students, and applying smart strategies all play a huge role. Teaching students to advocate for themselves gradually helps them be more independent using structured collaborative learning, and being responsible with technology are all important for making sure every student can thrive, especially those who need a little extra help. Thank you so much for listening to me discuss establishing safe learning environments for grades 4th through 6th grade in inclusive settings. Thank you and have a great day.